Auburn ain't won down here since 1939. And you're 3-0. And you know what you're doing, man? You're bringing Auburn back. You're bringing Auburn back. Now, we got 7 days to bring it back one more time, and I'm proud of you. Man, I'm proud of you. Defense has a great job. Great job. You went out and you took it. Offense, you came to play. You came to play. Now, we got a game ball now. You know who this got to go to. The all-time passing leader in the history of Auburn.
This is the Auburn Football Review with Coach Terry Bowden. Brought to you by your Alabama Coca-Cola bottler. Always Coca-Cola. Colonial Bank. Good people, great service. Great Southern Wood, makers of Osmos pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't say Osmos on the yellow tag, believe me, you don't want it. Your Alabama John Deere dealer. Nothing runs like a deer. By Golden Flake Snack Foods. One taste and you're stuck on Golden Flake. LDDS Communications, the official long-distance carrier of the Auburn Alumni Association. Likes hot dogs. One bite and you'll know why they say, when it's likes, it's gone. Your Alabama Toyota dealer. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, the Caring Company.
And welcome to the Auburn Football Review. Auburn defeated LSU 34-10 in Baton Rouge last night. And, Coach, I suppose if you were going to write the script, you couldn't have done a better job than what really happened.
Well, I'll tell you, it was an exciting opportunity to go down to LSU and play, and our young men were excited about it. We were kind of anxious to get on the road, to be honest with you. Been around the campus a long time, but it was a great show, and we had a Tiger Walk at LSU Stadium. And it made us feel at home with our people. Great win for us.
It was remarkable. Quite a crowd, and at times they were louder than the LSU people.
I really felt that there was ever an Auburn win where the offense, the defense, the kicking game, and the fans played a significant role. This was one because they were always there for us, and it made you feel like there was somebody there for you when things weren't going so well at the beginning.
Rarely do you see as many big plays as you saw in that game.
Well, I think big plays are what we looked for offensively. If there's a little definition of this game, it would be this is the game that big plays made the difference. Defense has been there. Some of the running game has been there. But when you have big plays, they overcome a lot of the little things that don't go right. When we start making big plays, we can play with anybody.
I was so impressed, too, Terry, with the Auburn secondary because they had to defend the field last night.
Well, we were going to be attacked all over the field with the passing game at LSU. They're a wide-open offense that throws it in every possible way. The secondary, Coach Hines and his secretary did an outstanding job. I know they had a lot of underneath stuff, but we kept them from hitting the big pass over the top, and that is what's going to get you beat. That was a major, major factor in the ball game.
Yes. Yes, it was. Let's go in the dressing room now and talk to some of those young men who played so marvelously last night.
It seems like we're playing as a team now. I mean, defense goes out and do what they have to do, and the offense comes in and do what they have to do. I mean, so that's a big family, and we're back.
I don't know how many times he threw it. He didn't get it deep there. That's all I know.
You all were waiting, and you were hitting the receivers. Boy, it worked after a while. They started dropping and then it scared.
Yeah, they got kind of timid back there. We weren't giving up the big plays today, and we were really getting after them on defense.
Otis Mounds had a big play.
Yeah, it feels good.
The touchdown.
Of course.
Oh, yes, I mean, I'm real proud of our offense. Our offense, you know, was struggling last year, but this year they're coming on strong. You know, we got a pass attack and a run attack. I'm real proud of them. Yeah, I think that everybody was playing hard, running to the football, and that was the main thing. That was the key. The secondary played great.
As long as we play and keep everybody healthy, I feel like, you know, we're going to be able to, I mean, if he can throw it 40 times, we're going to be able to put some pressure on him.
In my mind, those two big catches set up the game that kept sparked you and got those two big touchdowns.
That's what most of the players told me when I came out. But I think the offense, what we really need to do is come out and get our jitters over with. But after that, I mean, that was it.
We want to come out there and establish the passing game and the running game. You know, it was told us that they was kind of afraid of our running attacks. We want to come out and throw the ball and run the ball when we needed to. So what I didn't do, we had to do to win.
Stan likes to throw to you, man.
Yeah, you know, we practice practiced all week. A lot of fullback plays, you know, they probably key on the tailback a lot, and the fullback position came open tonight.
Yeah, you were delaying a lot and getting open over the middle?
Yeah, it was. You know, number 7, the defensive end, you know, he would like to rush a lot, so we just, you know, kind of bump him and squeeze by.
This is what you've been working for since you've been at Auburn, to go on the road and knock somebody out.
Hey, it's a great victory, 3-0. Everybody's just overwhelmed and excited. It's just unbelievable for us. We worked really hard, but we know the working hard's not over with. We're going to have to work harder because we got Southern Miss next weekend, and there's a good chance they're probably going to be better than LSU, and they're definitely going to be waiting for us. They've slipped up on us 2 times since I've been here, right. So they're no team to take lightly.
With your family watching for the quarterback that want to go over you 4 times, 2 touchdowns and 2 first downs.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting there, you know. I mean, you know, playing here in front of my family and friends, I'm really excited. I can't say anything. I'm excited as can be.
That fake reverse and throw just worked perfectly, didn't it?
Oh, yes, we practiced that all week, and, you know, Coach Bowden said it would be there. We just executed, and it was wide open. It just seemed like it took so long for the ball to get there. And
stayed there about 3 days.
And I was kind of scared I was going to drop it. Those are the easiest passes to drop, and I was praying that I caught it, and I did, so I did something with it. I'm happy for Stan and the whole Auburn team.
The greatest fake off the reverse I've ever seen, and you look up and you see Thomas Bailey down there all by himself.
Oh, man, I tell you, it was a great call by Coach Bowden. Sometimes he tells me, he's like, man, I just feel these things coming. We got to call this, you know, and it was a great, it's pretty hard to sit back there and fake it to Frank and sit there 2 seconds with the ball and just waiting for somebody to hit you. And it's a good play, though, and it came at the right time, and Thomas was just sitting there. All I had to do was catch it, and I was just glad I didn't overthrow him.
Indeed. We'll be back with Terry Bowden's insights into the game in just a minute on the Auburn Football Review. As well as things turned out, they didn't begin so well last night. You had some assorted offensive problems starting out, Coach.
Well, you know, a penalty can cause any series to falter. First drive, we get a first down, but we have a 5-yard penalty, and when you add that in, we only get about 14 yards instead of the 15 we needed on the first down play instead of the 10. And,
noise factor?
Well, the noise factor had a part in it. It sure did. And old Shannon Robeek, that's his home.
He was primed and ready, wasn't he?
And as you saw in his interview, I think he was more excited than anybody on our football team. But that happens sometimes. You just cannot let that get to you. You've got to be patient.
Okay, we'll move into the first quarter of play, and we'll see a great punt by Terry Daniel, who had himself another great night. He was going against the other top punter in the league, and I think he won the night handily.
Well, he averaged 48 yards a punt. And again, it makes everybody hold their breath because he kicked so far beyond our coverage. But I don't think the answer is to ask him to kick short. Now, there's the safety. We thought for sure we had a safety. The official ruled that his foot had stepped on the line, but I think the ball has to go over the line. That's what it causes to get a touchdown, and that's what it should be to come out of the end zone. But
looks
again,
like the referee ruled it, but the linesman must have overruled him.
Well, you see the defense playing good team football there as we have a good aggressive team play. Coach Hall had an outstanding game plan defensively. We were very, very enthusiastic, very good pursuit to the football.
It's raining right now, and it kind of washed your troubles away because after the rain, Auburn was a different football team. Right?
Well, it was a very humid night, and I was concerned because of our lack of depth at certain positions. They're faking the toss sweep, throwing over top. Stan White, Frank Sanders makes the big catch between 2 defenders and gets us off the goal line. Big play for us. It was the first of our big plays.
3rd and 6 at the 45, another big play here.
Well, Frank Sanders is really rising to the occasion and deciding he wants to be our big play guy. And him and Thomas Bailey did continually good jobs. And then this guy always wants an opportunity to make something happen.
He does the heavy work, doesn't he?
Well, the deep offensive line opened up a great hole for him there. And the toss sweep, if you run it enough time, eventually is going to make something happen.
Right over Shannon Robeek for the touchdown.
Well, Stan White got the touchdown on the quarterback sneak. The line had a good surge there to push the defensive line into the end zone to tie it up. And it makes you a little more relaxed. There's that great fan. We had as good a fans I've ever seen. Boy, defense is playing good, taking the line of scrimmage back to the ball carriers. I tell you, this quarterback they had did a great job of not getting sacked, but the pressure like this was there all night long. And he was like 9 for 30-something, which means he was throwing the ball away to keep from getting the sack.
Solomon causes the fumble, and Jason Miska comes up with it.
Well, that's a big play now because it gives us a chance to get the ball in their territory. The defense gives us an opportunity. Here's a big play to the fullback. He got open in the secondary. And we were able to get a big first down there to Tony Richardson.
Tony had 6 catches on the night. That fullback pass was good to you, Coach.
Then with that little sprint draw there, they were rushing their ends upfield, but their guards were playing really on the line of scrimmage. It opened up a seam, and James Bostic ran the sprint draw. and got a big touchdown for us to get us ahead.
2 possessions later now, and Auburn is about to go up again.
Well, we're on our goal line, so let's just go ahead and come off again with something big. We threw the same play over the top, but Frank Sanders rounded it off as they went deep and got us out, and we tried to make some big plays here. And here we come. We faked the reverse. We faked the toss sweep. We faked the reverse.
And the cameraman.
Well, it's a play that I felt because their safeties were so involved in the running game. We felt in practice, looking at the film all week with their safety involvement in the running game, that they would take a fake like that and gave us a good bit of excitement, and that quiets the crowd.
Yeah. Now, he gets hit as he throws right here, so there was not a sack, but there were many pressures in this game.
Well, again, that made for the errant throws, and the coverage, again, was extremely well. There's good effort and pursuit of the ball. Almost interception there by Brian Robinson. He made the great play and reacted to the football, but he dropped it as he went down.
Boy, the Dillard High School guys had themselves a night, didn't they?
This was critical. About 3 minutes left in the half, and James Bostic dropped the ball. Nobody hit him. A fumble put our defense in a very, very critical situation. Great pursuit, rush on the quarterback. He threw it away. They come out of here in the end of the half. No points. They missed the field goal. That was a major, major hole stand by our defense.
At this point, you have he has thrown 26 times. The front has rushed the passer so much in the first half. As you go in, are you worried about the fatigue factor? Because it was a terrifically hot, muggy night.
I tell you, it was one of the main things that I was concerned about. And again, that's why I mentioned the rain early. It seemed to take some of the humidity away once that rain came down. But you know, when you practice very hard and you have a strong desire to win, sometimes that can overcome the fatigue. That's why I don't worry about fatigue, because if you have heart, you're going to overcome fatigue. You can't overcome cramps. And the cramping just never came.
And the thing that's going to happen now is the offense is going to come out and just control the clock in the second half, and the defense, as it turns out, doesn't have to play as much as they did in the first half.
Well, at halftime, we talked about the fact that we could not come out and just expect LSU to give us the game for a victory. We had to go take it. Offensively, we need to go out there and score points to show them we were here to play 30 more minutes. And as you see, although they stopped us the first drive, we came back and put points on the board, and I think that pretty much set the tone for the second half.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute with some halftime comment. I can't remember Stan White having a better night, and maybe the first half was one of the best he's ever had. He was 13 of 16, Coach, 191 yards, ran for a touchdown, threw for one. What a night.
Well, Stan plays with a lot of poise and a lot of experience, does not get flustered or too overexcited. His calmness is very important because it seems like he's not rattled at all. And that's what you need, because if you're going to be calm, then when the big play opportunity comes, you're able to produce. And I'm seeing better and better things out of Stan, like I always thought I would.
On that first long pass, the 38-yarder to Frank Sanders, of course, Stan went by Pat Sullivan as the all-time passing yardage leader. And as it happens, Pat Sullivan was in the stands to watch it. I suspect more to see his son Patrick than to see his record broken, but we talked to him afterward.
Stan's a class person, and I'm tickled to death that he's got all the records now.
Were you aware that on the big play there that's when he went by?
Not really. You know, in fact, I didn't even know until this week. I had a couple of calls out in Texas that it was coming down and it was going to happen. But I'm tickled for Stan, Phil.
Indeed, and he got to visit with Patrick. I saw them Friday around the, I guess noon. No, in the evening. No, Saturday at noon, and they got a chance to spend some time together and visit.
Well, I think it's outstanding that here's Stan White's coach, the coach, the mentor that probably trained him more than any early in his college career, and they became close and from the same hometown, and someone that was trained by the man, and I'm not talking about Stan the man, I'm talking about Coach Sullivan. Was able to train him and their closeness, and then able to watch him break the record. It's truly something that I think fits in with the Auburn spirit.
I know it will be a memorable night for Stan White. And we'll be back with second half action in just a minute. I know as you went to the dressing room, the thought crossed your mind that Jamie Howard came back and scored 3 touchdowns in the second half to go ahead of Auburn after they had a big lead last year.
Well, anytime you face an offense with that type of passing attack, with the arm that Jamie Howard has, it concerns you. But I said one thing. I said, you know, they can't put him in and surprise us. He's already in, so all we can see is what we've been seeing the first half.
And what you're going to see is another fine defensive effort. We'll begin the second half with a great play by Dell McGee, who came on and started last week for injured Calvin Jackson.
But Dale has great instincts and quickness for a defensive back. He's going to fit into that corner position perfectly as it matches his individual talents.
Here's a good third down play.
Third and 6. Harold Marr now, who is one of our, catches the ball well out of our backfield. 3rd and 6, he catches across the middle, gets a big hit, but he's excited because he's now made a big play to keep a drive going. You'll see us throw again. Reed McMillan, as he always does, finds the way to contribute and help our team win. Breaks a couple of tackles for another first down to get this big, long drive going. And there's James Bostic. This is the mistake. Don't try to strip the ball. You better remember to tackle James Bostic as he fights ahead for a first down.
Oh, man, what strength. This is a great drive, Terry, because you go 14 plays and the defense is sitting over there in this humidity resting.
Well, that was big, and to finish off with Derek Dorn catching the ball down to about the 1-yard line, and Stan goes over the top again. But it was able to keep our defensive team on the bench, keep them rested up for that fourth quarter as we get down to the late parts of the third quarter, and we need them to be rested.
Okay, they come back and go 86 yards, but you hold them on the goal line. They got a 1st and goal at the 5, and you hold them on the goal line, and then they kick the field goal, but you answer almost immediately.
Well, when the team kicks the field goal, and they had to settle, they wanted points because they were getting discouraged. They got points, but we come right back and answer their 3 with 3 more. Scott Etheridge 5 for 5 for the year, but James Bostic, the game to pound away with that tall sweep, and here I was trying to throw for the end zone, but Stan came down when they covered it, and Thomas Bailey made a key first down there. Now we're inside the 10-yard line.
And you have to kick the field goal, but you got the league's best kicker in there, so that's always a nice thing to have on hand in a time like this.
Well, you feel good now. You've got 3-touchdown lead now going into the fourth quarter. Your defense is getting a little fresher. They saw our playbook, called the same play, but Otis Mounds makes the big interception.
Otis had a big play when he stopped the long run, too.
Otis is beginning to feel comfortable back there, and he has extremely lot amount of talent. There's Stan going to Mr. Clutch there, Frank Sanders on a critical 3rd down play. And now we run the reverse. We haven't seen it this year. We faked it enough times. And Frank Sanders makes a big run there and picks up a 3 first down as we begin to mix it up and make them guess where the ball's going to go.
And again, Scott Etheridge kicks this time the 36-yard field goal. He is 5 of 5 on the year. And the fourth quarter, you spend on their 20-yard, inside that 20-yard line, really. But
well, we were able just to keep the pressure on. I tell you, you had to recognize, and I tried to recognize our crowd there at the end coming off the field because they were so much a factor of that ball game. And I can't say enough for the Auburn people. The number of people that went down to LSU when supposedly we couldn't win down there, but they went down believing that good things would happen. And I really think our crowd and our fans were a major factor in the outcome of that game.
What a night it really was. We'll be back with some final comments in just a minute.